Okay, he was not arguing, though. Well, he used the. This is why he managed to recruit. It is as well very understandable why he managed to recruit Reuven, because Reuven actually lost his firstborn position to Yehuda.
Yeah.
So it's clear that within this sort of uncomfortable and not satisfied, let's say, solution, Reuven will come up every time that there will be a reshuffling of authorities of firstborn. Okay, so what actually Korah is saying that first, what comes from actually a very deep misunderstanding of the left side, and therefore the whole issue of Leviim, because actually it seems that Leviim split into two, let's say, sides: the priesthood, which is the right, and Levi, which is the left. But it comes from the same, let's say, the same stem. They stem from one tribe. Right? It's not one tribe. It's actually one, or one can say, mission. I'm going back to Leah. It suggests that the cause being of Levi as an instruction for his mother, Leah Bina, is actually to accompany the presence of the Creator to humanity, meaning the way that Levi need to act, they need to act in such a way that it will serve human consciousness. Something will accompany them with the presence of the will of the Creator all the time. Now, in order to get it, we need to split, because on one line, we're not able to actually recognize it. So the same root of Levi split into left and right, which will allow us actually the dispute between right and left to be an accompany for one purpose. Yeah, to come back into one purpose of what actually Leah wished for them. And this is for heaven.
Yeah, but that's exactly the issue. I raise the issue because it is so clear to me that often heaven is cited in the arguments of politicians, of people, and it's really selfish. It's not at all to do with.
True. So you're asking, anyhow, everyone say that they speak in the name of heaven, and then they kill everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what it's the bloody history of religions and that came into power. All religions that came into power actually suggest that they speak in the name of God, or in the name of the Creator, in the name of light, in the name of justice. And because they hold justice, they can be unjust. Okay. So actually, how can we see when there is something that happens like this, how this portion teaches us actually to be able to discern. If you will see, Moses never judged on his own.
Right.
He's not saying I'm right, you're wrong. He's saying no. Let's allow the higher actually to judge between us. It's not my argument. It's not your argument. Let's see. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I should sort of I should go. I should step down. I should give you. But let's ask. So anyone who is saying let's ask and is not saying I'm right, it's better to follow him. Let's say as a thumb rule, okay? As a rule of thumb, okay? So this is first thing that we sort of learn from it. It has to do with how we view. It's the what I said, reforming of the state. It is quite clear from the example of this is the whole month of Tammuz, from the example of the spies and from the example of Korah, that what they see is only their interest. And their interest actually definitely defines an influence of how they describe to other reality.
Yeah.
Okay. So if this is what happens, how actually can we discern the difference? So this is why this article that you read takes it back into, let's say, the base. The base form is that we do not trust our will to receive to oneself, because it leads us to the spies, to transgression of the spy, to transgression of Korah. So what can we trust? We can trust, one can say that we can trust the fault of our sin. The fault, meaning that it's clear that when it appears in us and we are trying to determine something about others and something about the reality, it's really the time to ask for help. It's not the time to actually sort of activate judgment in terms of actions. How I can sort of, what kind of an action I can take from this perception. So this is, and then if I'm open to the language of signs, because all the language that is being spoken here in the portion of Korah is language of signs. There's no actually discourse. Something is happening. It's the only person with his, let's say, with the work of bringing things up, yeah, with the instance, yeah, is that can stand between the dead and the living is Aaron. It can stop, okay? It can stop the pandemic, okay? What in him can stop the pandemic? It's actually what is coming up from his work, meaning his plea, his prayer for others. He's not in danger at that moment. Okay. And then the second sign is that everyone is putting actually the rods is to put down their attitudes. Because rod is part of the meaning of rod is actually that which can sway our heart. Okay? And that power that can sway our heart, meaning our wills, okay, has all the tribe inclinations. Now the question is that where the sign will sort of reveal itself will be with the rod of Aaron. Now, with the word of Aaron, the way it will reveal itself, reveal why it needs this hierarchy during the time of reforming, and that it will come into a state of wholeness and equality at the end. But getting there, this is what we read in the article on Thursday. Getting there is a dot which is higher, a dot which is on the right, a dot which is on the left, a dot which is lower, and then we need to connect them. And then when we connect them, we get a different point of view of a wholeness. Okay. So when we see this sort of, when there is some sort of this kind of a dispute, this is what we should ask, to see the next step of a common mission between us, not who is right and who is wrong.
Right.
Okay. I know it's very difficult, definitely in the political climate in the United States and definitely in the political climate of Israel, not to say I'm right. Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
it's not helpful. It's not useful. And it's causing more strife and suffering to everyone.
absolutely true.
Okay.
So
So
I
we
have
need
another.
it. It's a
I have
different
another question.
position.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
It's a different position within. It's looking for, and this is, let's say, the work. It's looking for a place to be able to see the reason why actually those forces are at play, and what is the common purpose that we as human can assign to it. And definitely it will not be because I'm right.
right.
Okay. And this is what Moses actually advises in this portion. Okay.